Hey everyone, welcome back to the sunny side. I'm Sunny, and today we're going to have another conversation about abundance. Yep, you guys got it. All right, so here we go. Today we're going to talk about, and I'm going to use the example today about Melena's brother-in-law's funeral. All right, I'm not throwing anyone under the bus. There's no shade. Everybody knows what we're doing. Okay, I'm just going to use that as an example. All right, now before we begin today, again, I took some notes here. I want you guys, okay, so repeat after me. First, abundance is like this. Remember, it's about more. It's not just friends, it's friends bringing friends. It's not just money, it's money bringing money. It's abundance, it's magnet theory. So, in addition to that, I want you to repeat after me. It's not, okay, it's less work, more money. That's the deal. Less work, more money. Anyone could do more work, more money. Anyone can do that. Okay, so, and I'm telling you on these videos here, if you're going to do more work, more money, then you're going to have to get guys to do the work for you. So, like the garden, more of me doing the garden. All right, and more gardens to do. So I get paid doing these garden things. Okay, what? I'm neither here nor there. But today I want to remind you that it's not about more, it's about less work, more money. All right, less work, more money. All right, next. In addition to all of that, abundance is not just about money. Okay, it's not even a little bit. Remember, everything is responsible for everything. Everything is responsible for everything. Everything is responsible for making money. Once again, this video is monetized. This video is making money. Everything is responsible for abundance. All right, there is no, that's not my job. Okay, because I'm not supposed to, so you're supposed to always be doing this. It's getting into the stream or the mentality of abundance and allowing it to flow. So it's not just about money. And I'm going to explain this right now. So once again, abundance isn't always about money. It's a mindset. All right, next, we were talking yesterday about my garden, okay? And I was making jokes about it saying, how do I make money from weeding my own garden? Or how do I, and we were talking about friends bringing more friends. Here's an example of abundance. What if I'm doing the garden, right? I wrote it down. And what if I call a friend to help, and he brings his girlfriend, and or his wife. At my age, everybody's married, right? So what if he brings his wife, right? And in the spirit of abundance, so she doesn't get bored hanging out, she brings some of her girlfriends along. Yeah, man. So suddenly we have one bringing 4 or 5. Suddenly we have abundance. There are suddenly, my house is filled with all these girls. I didn't even leave the house, man. So I know in the comment section or in other videos and other things, right, you guys seeing how it's done? I didn't even leave the house. So there's no going to the bar. There's no going to a dating app. There's no going to sleaze at yoga. There's no hanging anything. I'm just doing me, man. And abundance is allowing it to happen. Everybody cool? All right, next. It's interesting, man. It's really interesting. The universe is suddenly bringing me girls. All right, but I have to put myself into the universe of abundance. But I've explained this to you guys before. But anyways, we're doing it right now. So the difference between wealthy and limited, it really is how you see the world and how you put yourself into this. And I'm going to explain this in a second. In other words, once you open yourself to an abundant mindset, you will see and experience all of this stuff as well. Next, let's talk about my sister and the funeral. So, money, abundance is a lot more than money. My sister has a lot of money. Okay, so you don't have to worry about it. And so, but she 100% lacks abundance. Right? Not throwing anyone under the bus. You guys know everything about it. She's a narcissist, right? She does things. She's constantly she's narcissistic, gaslighting, just saying stupid shit. She went out of her way her and her husband, but like to like sort of alienate, sort of like to do things, right? And to not do things, to do things. Okay, whatever. I don't gonna make it too personal. Now let's get to the funeral. So at the funeral, she's constantly saying to me, hey, we want, like, there's lots of people, there's lots of people, there's lots of people. Like, they want a lot of people there, right? They videotaped it to the, like, not video, like, streamed it to the Caribbean or whatever, and like all this kind of stuff, because they want a lot of people. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, that's a loving kind of vibe, right? Yeah, that's not what the thing is. The thing is, they lack abundance, man. So when I was there, the very first thing I noticed was, where are this guy's friends? Milena, where are your friends? Where are your husband's friends? Where are the family's friends? All of these cousins of these guys. Where's everybody in my family? Like, how come I'm the only one here? Right? You're supposed to call everybody. You're supposed, that's our deal. You call everybody. I show up and tell everybody what to do. It's like, where is everybody? Like, seriously. And then, like, you're saying so many people here. Where is everybody? And then, how come they don't have friends? How come all those girls, where are their boyfriends? Where are all their boyfriends? Where are all their friends? Man, that's abundance. Why? And like, when our sister died a long time ago, all of Marsha's friends were there. All of my friends were there. All of Melena's friends, like, everybody was there. My dad, everybody. My dad was used to work at the bank, right? An executive at the bank. He introduced me to all these guys from different banks. Like, hi, I'm from the BMO. Hi, I'm from the TD. Hi, I'm from this. And I was like, hey, meet my son, right? And I'm like, okay, man. So, like, I'm introduced. All of my mom's friends were there. My sister worked in the TV station. All those guys were there. Holy jeez, man. Where is everybody? Where is everybody, man? So, I mean, the family was, let me just say, their family is pretty big. So there were a lot of people in the family. However, that's not abundance. Abundance is more, right? Abundance is more. And so, like, it's about more. If they had the friends there and everything, we could talk about making money, man. Or we could talk about putting a show on. Or we could talk about whatever you want to do. We could talk about sports, man, whatever. But when no one's really there, like, so I explained to some of you guys that it's about growth. In this situation, it's about churn. All of these ideas about making money, or like within that family, in that situation, all ideas that they might have about education, family, values, doing whatever, about a sports, fitness, like anything, about anything. It's a closed community, man. It's not abundance. It's not fresh. It's not new ideas. It's not growing. So abundance isn't just about money, man. It's about doing more. It's about less work, more money. Less work, more money. And everything is responsible for making money. Everything is responsible for everything. And you want to bring it in. So if you close yourself off to abundance, like, so if you close yourself up, you won't hear these ideas. You won't know. You won't have, like, whatever. All right, so here's the question. Sunny, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, people take advantage of me because of that. No, man. That's not how it works. In the next video, there's no homework today, right? This is Wednesday, so there's no homework today. Monday's homework day. On Friday we have fun. So today, no homework today. It's just, I'm going to explain to you in the next video that boundaries it's a lot easier than you think. It's a lot easier than you think. All right, guys, so that's the action. I hope everyone has a super amazing day. Once again, abundance mindset, it's not just about having, it's not just about money. Because remember, it's about more, bringing in more, lots, always, always, always. It's the girl bringing her friends, right? It's my buddy bringing his thing, bringing the friends. That's what it's about, man. All right. So that's what I think it's about anyways. Leave it in the comments. I absolutely wish you guys the best. Good luck, guys, and I'll see you guys soon.